Hello, it's been a while. Welcome back to the Traveling Knitter channel. My name is Steph and I am podcasting, talking to you from downtown Columbus, Ohio in October. Actually, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween. So October 31st, 2021. We're in the holiday season, guys. Shirt says, "What's up, witches?" I think I wear this on Halloween every year since the year that I bought this sweater, which I got this from Walmart. It is like so bad that I love it. Like, the witches are pixelated. I don't know if you can see that, but there you go. They're pixelated witches. How ridiculous is that? So this extends all through the back, and then the front, other than the "What's Up Witches" and the pixelated witch on the front, like the whole thing is pixelated. But then there are pixelated cats on top of tombstones and then the skeletons. It just, man, it's such a funny sweater to me. Anyway, if you have been enjoying Vlogtober, thank you. Sorry, I just got distracted because there was a person walking in the empty parking garage across from me. Not creepy at all. Okay, all right, that's happening. Yeah, so Vlogtober. I have been vlogging. I have not posted the last couple videos just because life's busy, pretty busy. So if you want to see how my October has been, go ahead and check out the vlogs. If you don't care about the personal non-nitty stuff, then by all means skip all the Vlogtobers. That's totally cool as well. But essentially, I was doing a lot of sewing, trying to sew my Halloween costume. Spoiler, did not finish. And it's fine. I ended up going as Feyre from a Court of Thorns and Roses, the trilogy. And I thought my costume ended up being pretty sweet for it not requiring a lot of effort. I thought it looked really good. So anyway, if you want to see pictures, I'll probably post one. I'll post one on the social media, which would have been up on the screen. So, gosh, it's been a month, and you would think I'd have more things finished, but I don't because of the whole sewing thing. But I do have some finished objects. So let's start off with the less exciting finished object. I mean, it's still good. Gosh, I don't have any of my sock blockers, and I'm not gonna go searching for them. So I finished the Blompst socks, and were these by Jessica Gore? Gosh, I don't remember. I've said them numerous times, and they're in Lina issue 2, which I believe I've already put away. I'll have it on the bottom of the screen. So these socks are knit out of Plymouth sock yarn. I think it's like Happy 100 in the blueberry colorway, which is just beautiful. And you've got a lace pattern here. So you've got lace pattern paneling on both sides, and then a garter panel in the middle. And you have there is like a heel pattern in the pattern. Okay, that's so messed up. And I think I like modified it because there was just gonna end up being so much fabric, and I've learned that I don't like all that fabric on my heel. And so what it ends up looking like is that I basically did no heel. So I don't know, it looks weird, but they fit, so that's what matters. So I've got one pair of socks finished for myself. The second thing that I finished, I have to weave the ends in on it, but I am calling it finished, is my second Any Day sweater. So the Any Day sweater is by Lily Kate France, and it is just lovely. So this is my second one. I knit it out of the same yarn as I knit the first one, but I used a different colorway. This is Hair Heather. So it is Knit Picks Wonder Fluff. It's beautiful. I love it. So quite a lot of ends to weave in, but that is totally fine. You have a lot of these like exposed purposeful seams. You can see it around the neck as well. Just looks so nice. And there are slip stitches on the front and the back and on the sleeve, which I think the sleeve is a lot, like the exposed stitching is a lot longer than, oh, it's gonna be so itchy all over my nose. I find that the sleeve looks a little bit weird because it's so much longer than the body, but that's okay. I knit, oh my gosh, the fluff. Also, I'm wearing lip gloss, so the fluff's gonna stick to my lips, so that's also lovely. Modifications that I did are I knit the second size. Yes, I knit the second size, and then I extended the body. I don't exactly remember how much I extended the body. I might have written it down in the pattern, and I might have talked about it on a previous podcast, but I know I extended the body so that it would be a little bit longer, because the red burgundy one that I made, it's short. So it like works for dresses, but not so much for pants. So I wanted this to work with jeans. And that is my second finished object. I feel pretty good about that. I'm hoping, so the leaves, like there still are some orange leaves, but the fall foliage didn't really show up this year. So I haven't done like a photo shoot or anything, but so there's this conservatory park that does a lot of plants, and they have like this house that they build out of pumpkins, and I thought that would be really good for a photo shoot. So I need to because I don't have a good finished object photo for the first Any Day. Now I have a second Any Day, and then the Birds of a Feather needs finished object photos. So I've got 3 things that I could and it's like $10 or $20 to get in, so like I'd want to have a lot of things to take a picture of, but I'm thinking, around Christmas time it'd probably be really nice for photos as well. Okay, so let's talk current objects. I have kind of been knitting on everything, just not consistently because of the sewing. So what to start first? I guess I'll kind of talk about the Lament, which is in the bag I made myself. And it is this Argyle tank top. It's not finished. I had wanted it to be finished. It is pretty close to being finished. And it is so complicated looking right now because of the stage that it is at. Okay, so let me like sort of put it on. So this is the back. Did I make, okay, this is gonna look so ridiculous. It's like, did I make this even more complicated than it needed to be? This is gonna look so dumb. Okay, so essentially what's happening is I need to connect this to this. My hair looks great. So I need to connect the front to this piece of the front, and you picked up and then knit across, and then you picked up and knit across, and then you 3 needle bound off in the center, and then you have these little wings, which I did modify to be a little bit longer. And then essentially, so none of this is blocked, like this is linen, it'll block out more, but you tie it in the front like that. Yeah, so basically I have to do this, and then I believe I pick up along the edges and then around the armhole, and then I'm done. Don't know when I will finish this. It may just come, you know, 1 week where I'm like, I want to be done with it, and then I work a lot on it. Right now, I don't have a big desire because I'm not going to get to where it's, it basically turned winter last week. So like the 3rd week in October, it was still like 75, and then the weekend hit and it dropped to like the 30s, or no, the 40s. And then it has been in the 40s and 50s since. So it basically, we skipped, well, I guess 50s is kind of fall, but like we skipped the transition of that awkwardness of it's cold in the mornings, but then it's hot during the day. So you can't, like, you struggle with a sweater. No, we've skipped that. It's just cold. So, but at least it's not freezing. So yeah, the Argyle Tank, let me remove some of the fluff from my mouth. The Argyle Tank is from this issue of Pom Pom, which is issue 29. And Argyle is by Claire Lakewood. And I am knitting, I believe, the fluff. I'm knitting size 2, which is 38-inch bust, because you they suggest 6 inches of positive ease. Wow, my voice, what am I doing? The yarn that I'm using is essentially what the pattern calls for. And what do you know? I have a whole skein of it left over. This is Sparrow. It's 100% linen in Quince & Co. or by Quince & Co. And then I have Turn. If only I could find, there we go. Turn, which is 75% wool, 75%, 75% wool, 25% silk in the Cumulus colorway, which is an off-white. A bit of a pinky hue to it. As I say every time, I cannot wait for this tank top. I think it's gonna look really nice with skirts, pants. It's just gonna look really nice. And I thought I would finish it for 2021 and get to wear it at least once, but now I definitely won't be wearing it for 2021. The question is still out on if I will finish it in 2021. I would love to, but I would love to finish everything in 2021. Next thing, I have been putting some effort into a cardigan. This is the Savion cardigan by Audrey Borrego. She is Yarn Flakes online on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, and that is what she writes patterns under. And anyway, this is what mine looks like. The Stitch It pattern, I love it. When she came out with this, I ended up buying the whole set. She sold 4 patterns together for a discount, but this is the one that I really wanted. It looks so good. So this is the back, and I don't have a deadline for this. It's just, you know, it's a pattern. It's patterned both front and back, so right side and wrong side patterning. It's not difficult, and it is pretty mindless. And so this is just something that I pick up and work on whenever I feel like not just like knitting stockinette, but also not thinking. The yarn that I'm using is this guy. Very, very pretty. It is an MCM, so it is merino cashmere nylon in the sepia colorway by Hastester Yarn Co. They no longer dye, and they used to have a podcast, but I believe life just got busy, so they've stopped podcasting, they've stopped dyeing. Man, do I love their colors. So I have a couple sweater quantity worth of yarn, I think 3. So this is one, and I know I'm gonna love this cardigan. Like, I love the yarn, it's so soft. I love the patterning. I think it's just gonna be a really beautiful cardigan. Let's see. So I don't have a picture of the cardigan, but Audrey did commission an artist to draw the cardigan. And so that is the picture of it. And the artist was Charlene MZD. Really liking this. And that is in a bag that I bought at, I believe I bought this at Vogue Knitting Live. Either at Vogue Knitting Live or Stitches Midwest. And I love this bag, but I wish that the bag maker had put their tag or something on it, because I don't know who made it, but I love it. I really, really love this bag. Another garment, that's right. I have multiple garments on the needle, which is weird for me. But this is a test knit. And I believe it should be okay for me to show it to you, because the pattern is already out in Finnish, Danish. It's in a Nordic language. And so I was testing the English pattern, and it's color work. It was just a matter of language to decipher. And anyway, this is what I have so far. So I've done the entire, it's bottom up. So this is a very, very long ribbing on the bottom. And then you go into color work. And so you can kind of see that I pretty much just started on the color work. The pattern, do I have the name of the pattern? The pattern is either Vaki or Veki. It's V-A with umlauts, K-I. And this is the picture. As you can see, I'm pretty much right at the bottom. The yarn that I'm using is yarn that I recently purchased at Wool Gathering. So it's these two colors. And they are passion yarns, which I had never heard of. And it's fingering weight, superwash, or 75/25. And the purpley color is called Espresso. And the white color is called Sand Dune. And it's not quite white. It's like a taupe over dyed white. And what I like so far about the pattern is, one, with this entire ribbing, it really showed me what that purpley brownish taupe color is going to do. And as you can see, it did this like really dark spiral, which I'm not a fan of. So that tells me that I am going to need to carry, I'm going to alternate skeins. So once I get through the color work portion of it, I am going to be alternating on the rest of the top part of the body as well as the sleeves, because I don't want this swirly pulling thing to happen. I don't think it's that big of a deal on the ribbing. At least it's not that big of a deal to me, and I wasn't gonna rip it out once I got to like here, and that's when I really started noticing it, because you can see it's not a ton, and it's very long spirals, right? And the big spiral that you're seeing is up here, so I didn't see that. So no big, but I'm glad that does tell me that I'm going to need to alternate skeins. And my stitch marker that I'm using is actually a Progress Keeper, but it's from the Yarnosaurus Jurassic Park Yarn Club that I signed up for, which I'm very much enjoying. And that is in this adorable bird bag that I also really like. It's a lot of drawstring bags this time around. Okay, so let's talk socks. I cast on another pair of vanilla socks, which, one sec, I have dropped my stitches. Okay. So I went ahead and cast on another pair of vanilla socks. And this is what they look like so far. This is another skein of Sachen Maya Sockenwolle. This is in color 02264. And it's doing like micro striping, but not consistent. So that's nice, which it means I don't have to like make a perfect match. So I do have 2 balls of that, and I planned to basically use 1 ball up for one sock, 1 ball up for the other sock, so that I don't have the same thing happen as I had before, which was, well, I brought them over, so that I don't have this happen to my sock. So this is another pair of socks for my dad because of the first one. So he's gonna get 2 this Christmas if I can finish them. And this is what they'll look like. So dark. I'm currently at the heel, and yeah, so I need to do the heel and then continue on with the foot, cast the other one on, you know, make some normal socks. I also cast on a like Halloween pair for myself that I didn't get very far on. So I'm using this blue color, which it looks black. It is like a black blue. This is from Woolberry Fiber Co. Her Christmas Advent from 2018. I think it might be 2018. I think it's the first Advent I ever did. And the sock yarn that I want to use is from Night Owl Fibers in the Haunted Owls colorway. And I bought this at my very first Stitches Midwest. And I didn't have anything that matched really good to any of these colors. So I went with something very different with the blue. And I'm only gonna do that. I think I might do, well, I'll probably do it for the heel as well because I don't like breaking the stripes, but not sure if I'll do it on the toes. And those will be for me. So I've got socks for me, socks for my dad, and those are in a bag that one of my friends got me that has my name on it. And it's zippered pouch. So there's that. I also want to make socks for my mom for Christmas. And I would make some for my Opa, but I think he said he has sensitive skin, so the socks will itch him, I guess. Which I don't know. I think he's just, you know, set in his ways because like this is not itchy at all. This is super soft yarn. Like this wouldn't itch you, but I mean, you know, if he doesn't want the socks, he doesn't need the socks. So that's almost it. I have been crocheting. This is where I keep my blankets. That's right, plural. Okay, so I have been working on this guy. So this blanket right here, this is made out of Vanna's Choice, and I probably could have knit it looser or with a bigger crochet hook, but I think it'll be fine. This is gonna be for some baby in my future. Not my baby, but like a baby in my future. I'm kind of just like using up some of the acrylic I have, you know, to get it out of my stash. So anyway, I'm just kind of doing whatever. So I'm gonna do stripes with this orangey color, and then I'm gonna do a big block of the next color, and then something else with the next color, and then I'm going to do a border around it in this like off-white taupey color for the whole thing. So there's no pattern. I'm kind of just doing whatever. You can see that I ran out of yarn here, and honestly, that is fine because it's gonna look fine. Maybe I'll do tassels. I don't know if tassels would be like okay for a baby blanket, or if that's like a choking hazard. I don't know. And then I also started, okay, there's a lot of yarn in here, and I'm just discovering that my thumbnail is not flat, so it's catching on the yarn. Just pull all the Vanna's Choice out. And then I've got this stuff, which is Loops and Threads Chameleon in the Gooseberry colorway, which I really like this colorway. And I've got a ball already wound up, and I have started a granny stripe blanket. So same kind of deal. I don't know if this will be for me or if I'll give this as a gift, but man, crocheting granny stripe is actually really fun. It is a lot of fun. So there are quite a lot of patterns out there that you can follow. If you know how to crochet, then you probably already know what the granny stitch is. But essentially you're double crocheting 3 times in the gap below. So then it makes this. So there's 3 double crochets. And because of the nature of the yarn and how it's variegated or like shifting, the blanket just looks really cool. And I'm using a 4.5 millimeter on the granny stripe. And I think I'm using a 4 on the other one. Maybe it's a 5. Do I know? Okay, there it is. It's a 4. Which I think this is telling me I should, yeah, it's saying you should be crocheting on a 6, but it is a bit tighter, but you know what? I think that's fine. And really, that's everything that I've been working on. It's been a lot of things that I have been dabbling with. I'm very proud of the fact that the Any Day sweater is finally finished, so I don't have 3 sweaters on my e-needle right now, / 4 articles of clothing on the needle. But yeah, a lot here. So anyway, hopefully this didn't end up being super dark, and it's okay to watch because, you know, it's fall and it is what, 6 o'clock? Yep, 6:20, and it is dark outside already. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to like and subscribe. I just burped there. If you want to see more of what I do, Instagram, the Vlogtobers, Vlogmas, Goodreads. I also post videos of what I've read this month and what I plan to read the following month. And I also have a makeup Instagram account. If you're into makeup, I just post like looks, just like what I've done. I'm not a professional, and I also don't typically like to wear foundation, and it's not like I have perfect skin, right? Like, it's red. You can see it's red. It's a bit greenish down here because of the eyeshadow that I'm wearing. I also don't typically color my eyebrows in, so I did that today because I did it yesterday and I did not get all of it washed off, so I just filled it in a little bit more. So yeah, so it's not perfect. It's not, I feel like it's accessible, if that makes sense. Like, the average person could do what I do with my makeup. So, okay. And if you want to follow that, it is Lulu is Crazy Makeup. I'll put it down below just in case. But anyway, thanks guys, and happy Halloween. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.